I'm Shane.
I'm Bo.
We are your Kentucky Fried Critics.
I'm alright. Nobody worry about me. Nobody give me a fight. Why can't you just let me be? Or whatever the words are. I know I fucked that up. Shut up. Just start the music.
All right. Yeah, so here we are. And if you don't know what we're covering, we'll go ahead and just say Caddyshack. How do you not know?
How do you not know from the Gopher dance, man? Come on.
And it is his theme song.
Right? I never knew that. I thought they just picked a random, Kenny Loggins song and was like, that works. But no, he wrote it for the Gopher. That makes it so much cooler.
It is the Gopher's song. It is the Gopher's song. Yeah, so, it's Caddyshack. I don't know. This is one of those ones, it's such a classic where it's like, I don't know what we need to say to start.
It hasn't been covered by everybody else.
Yeah, like everybody knows this. It's just a lot of big people, a lot of famous people. We all love Caddyshack.
We could swerve everybody, but I hate this movie. This is the worst movie ever fucking made.
Well, I'll go ahead and say right now, the second one, in my opinion, is better.
Oh. Okay, I was kidding. I didn't know we had a dissenting opinion here.
I don't hate this one.
I didn't say that.
I just
I've never heard anybody be like, no, the second one.
Nobody does. Nobody does. I'm just saying, I will go on record. I'll die on that hill. It's okay.
We'll have to do another episode where you vehemently defend the second one.
And I will.
All right, cool. We'll go find us another golf beer. But right now, we got to do this one.
We will. And first thing I'll say, though, is that my biggest thing for the two is something I'll say about this one. This is barely a golf movie.
It's barely a golf movie. They're at a golf. I saw golf clubs.
They're at a country club.
Which is more than golf, apparently.
There's a lot of stuff
you
there.
do all kinds of
tennis.
Yachting and tennis.
Yeah.
They have like a ballroom if you just want to be fancy.
And so I would say that this is country club living. This isn't
Caddyshack. We need to retitle the movie.
Yeah, because it's less about caddies than you might think.
Let's do a TV show. We'll call it Country Club Living, and we'll just like rip off all the shit from this movie. Like change it just enough to not get sued.
I feel like we could.
We got a golf course here. We could totally do it.
We got one that's not even being used for
right.
Golf, right?
It's not
we
really
could totally.
Yeah, we could totally do it.
All right, let's go ahead and get everything started. Bo, what are we drinking this week? Because this was, we have a lot of strong connections. This is probably the strongest connection to a movie. I know this is the season of loose ends, and so the whole idea was that we could loosen the belt.
We didn't have to on this one, did we?
No.
We got Moeller Brew Barn, Golfin Gopher, and it's got a gopher. It's got a gopher, and he's got
on a golf course.
On a golf cart, golf clubs. He's got the little Scottish caddy hat or whatever with the little puffball.
You seriously couldn't ask for better.
Right? What other movie would we do?
We saw the picture. And we're like, we're doing that. And then we read the name and we're like, oh, good. It still works.
Yeah, it works even better. Because we saw it from the
gopher
with the golf cart right there. And then, oh shit, there's a gopher on there. Hell yeah.
Good times. Good beer.
You think they're starting to just make them for us?
No, but that would be dope.
Wouldn't it? They start making beers just so we can talk about movies.
If we have one company reach out and be like,
would be awesome.
Like a collaboration type thing where they're like, what movie do you want to do? And then they work on making something.
I mean, we plug Sawstone all the time. You think we could get a collab going?
I don't know.
I'd like to learn how the beer's made.
How the sausage is made?
I know how to make sausage. I don't know how to make beer. That's the problem. Culinary joke.
Nice. All right, but yeah, so again, we've got nothing but good things to say. This beer is good. It's a session IPA.
Yep.
It's very sessionable. I
Very,
will agree
yeah,
with this statement.
it's well named. You
It-
can just session the shit out of it is what I was trying to say.
Still not sure it came
There's
out
a lot
perfect.
of S's
Yeah.
in that. Shesh, shush, shash, papa, shisha.
Yeah, this is it's delicious. We've had one of their beers before. I only know that because when you see a name like Brew Barn, it
Yeah,
sticks
it
with
stands
you.
out because usually it's like brew company or
Yeah, brewery, brewing. Yeah.
not
Brew
brew
barn.
barn. I'm like, that's kind of. I
It's,
want it to be a barn. If I go there and it's not like a giant, like it doesn't have to be an act, like, but
Well,
I
see-
want the building barn shaped.
but isn't that one of those things where it's like maybe the original building was and now they don't? And you know, like it's one of
Yeah.
those things where like the naming could make sense even if it traditionally today doesn't look like it does, right? Like
We expanded out of the barn.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
too big for the barn. In fact, like
you would actually wish for that to be what
I'm
happened.
happy for you, but like, could you put like one of those like barn roofs on your factory? Just like paint it red, give it that barn aesthetic. Come on, man.
I agree.
Just to make me laugh, please.
Maybe one day we'll go investigate to find out.
Right.
Until that day, let's go ahead and get into this movie because dude, we all know this. Like I started with, it's a classic. It's I've never, again, it's not like we all go deep dive research into movies. I do, outside of the podcast even, but I don't know if I had ever looked up any of the information about this one.
Nope. I just
So
watched
I learned
movies.
a lot of things.
Yeah, lots of stuff, lots of fun stuff.
Okay, so let's just dive in. We'll start with our director, a man we don't have to talk very much about because he has been all over several episodes of this podcast. Recent ones, older ones. I mean,
he's
been
everywhere.
here. So that's Harold Ramis,
Yeah.
our man, Egon Spangler. I say Spangler to make sure we don't get confused. Spackler, one of the characters in this movie, with Spangler.
Which I never heard him called. I only called him Carl.
Once or twice they said
Right, I never
Spackler.
caught his last name.
Once or twice they
Made me
said
laugh. I
Spackler.
work with a Carl.
Yeah, so Harold Ramis, we don't need to say a lot about. You already know him. The one thing I might say today that we've not mentioned a lot before is that he is a guy who is connected with the National Lampoon magazine and some of the early movies before we got to Chevy Chase-dom of National Lampoon movies. He was very much attached to like movies and the projects and things that they had done.
He believed in the National Lampoon.
That being said, he is also one of our writers, which is our great segue here.
Isn't that how it usually works when he directs a movie, though?
It is, but this time, unlike some of the others that we've done, it's not because he like wrote the movie.
Yeah.
This time he is not the main writer. I just wanted to get him out of the way. So
Punch up writer.
yeah, something like that.
We
Because
need-
he was the director. He
we
fixed
need more
things.
comedy in this script.
It's not that they needed more. We'll get to all that. That's a whole more can of worms that we need to get
See,
to.
we got a lot of stuff for you today.
We do.
Stick around.
But so Harold Ramis is one of 3 writers. I started with him because he is the one that
It's the most
probably
famous.
did. Well, no, nope, not even.
Oh, really?
But he is the one that probably had the least amount of writing done because he probably did touch-up writing to
So
script that was already written.
Going in just ascending order.
Yes,
Starting at the
well,
bottom.
Maybe. I don't really know, but I definitely know that he had the least, and so that's why he is at the bottom. The next 2 writers, though, I'm not sure who contributed how much of what and how you want to say is more important in the process. One of the writers being Brian Doyle Murray.
Yay!
He's in the movie.
Lou.
Bill's brother. We've talked about him a lot on the podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if we've ever mentioned and I ever knew that he also wrote.
I didn't have any idea. He's just like one of those really well-known character actors.
And I don't even know if I didn't look to see if he's written other things. It was, again, not on the radar of, I was just shocked enough to see that he was the writer.
We'll find out through the course of this show, I'm sure, is how it works half the time. And then
It is.
we find out something, and then like the next month, it's like, oh, there's all kinds. We just keep stumbling onto more of his shit.
We like to keep surprises for ourselves.
Yeah.
That's all it is. That's how we're going to frame it, at
I
least.
like to learn. I'm a nerd.
But so, yeah, I was shocked to see that he was one of the writers. I believe from what I could see that he was the writer who had the most, like, actual anecdotal stories from being a caddy. Not to say other people didn't also have connections to that, but he's the main one. Like a lot of these are very specific things that he experienced while working as a caddy. Like not the overall story,
But
probably
like the little bits.
the jokes of what happens on the course or at the country club, and those types
the two
of things.
really old people that can't find, like you have to point them toward the green.
Yes,
and
things
shit
like that.
Yeah.
He was bringing the real lifedom into it. Now that being said, Harold Ramis, though he did not, I think, directly caddy himself. His brother grew up being a caddy on a golf course and even won one of the scholarships. Like this
one of
movie.
these. So that's a real thing.
It's
they
a
they
real
didn't just
thing.
make it up for the movie.
No, real thing. And his brother was a winner of one of said scholarships.
Badass, actually. That's pretty cool. I thought they just made it up.
But so again, so that means that, like this is where I was getting to you, like the two writers that we had left. Like, I don't know how you're going to try to quantify which one's more important versus the other. Cause obviously the anecdotal stories make up a lot of what this movie is, right? Like, yes, they paint it into a somewhat cohesive story.
Tapestry of comedy.
But so like, obviously that means he contributed quite a bit. But then our last writer obviously had to be the person who kind of took this loose anecdotal stories and made a overarching story out of it.
Yeah.
Right. Like he connected the dots.
Like took the bits and made a story out of it.
Found a way to work bits into a bigger story.
Yeah. I took your funny anecdotes and I made a tale out of it.
Yes, exactly. And so that last person that we have is Douglas Kenney. Douglas Kenney, very famous. He also wrote Animal House.
Yep.
He was the founder, one of two founders of National Lampoon magazine.
So the reason we have any of those funny ass movies.
Yes. Well, and he contributed. So he was not alive for most of the movies outside of Animal House.
Yeah,
and
but he started it. Wouldn't have happened without him.
But so he did contribute big stories that were in the magazine. So he did write some of the stories and stuff that were in National Lampoon. And so like him and his partner, I do believe Frank Beard. It's a Beard. I don't remember the first name for sure, but I'm pretty sure it was Frank.
Is that the drummer from ZZ Top?
It's another Beard. I don't think it's Frank. Which is the thing though. Like that's why I'm trying to
Beard Brothers.
Which Beard.
Sounds like a tag team.
But so Beard was the other partner in creating it. They both worked for Harvard at their Lampoon, which was a magazine just for the college. And when they left, they were like, let's make a National Lampoon.
Yeah.
In case you never knew the
origin of where it came from.
I can't believe this didn't come up in an actual Lampoon movie that we have covered.
I don't think we did this yet, did we?
Yes, because this was just at Christmas time. We did National Lampoon.
It was. Never mind. So should have,
but we did not. Yeah, John Hughes is the reason why we had all of those other conversations and not the National Lampoon of it itself.
Yeah, we were just like, because it's Breakfast Club guy.
Yeah.
That's probably why.
Well, and it was his, like, he worked for the magazine, but it was like his story.
Oh, did he? Nice.
Yeah, no, we
didn't
talked
know that.
now. Yeah, you did, because we talked about it. I love when that happens.
We drink a lot on this show,
we do,
man.
But so Douglas Kenney, he created this with his partner and then wrote Animal House, which is kind of connected to one of the stories that he had wrote. He wrote like this weird like yearbook style story about a college, and so it was very much kind of the things, the blueprints maybe, if you will.
Yeah, the seed.
Yes, and so he wrote that. And also one other project that I love, because it connects back to what you were saying before. You were like, well, we can just make our own story from this movie, but have a different name. That's what happened. So he wrote Animal House. And then when they decided to make it a TV show the following year, they called it Delta House. And so he is credited for writing two different projects that are the same
thing.
So we could steal this project
totally
from him.
Do it. Yes, there's legal precedent. You can't stop me.
But yeah, I loved when you were saying it, because I was just like, this is gonna make this so much funnier when we get there. But yeah, so he is very famous for these things. He is not someone you still know, but he probably would have been. He would have probably been a prolific writer that we all knew. Tons of comedies he wrote. Unfortunately, shortly after this one was made, he suffered a tragedy. And I don't know, I don't even know a better way to say it. He was standing on a cliff in Hawaii, looking at the beautiful over
like the ocean and the mountains and the sunset, and it's all
the cliff gave way.
Yeah, it just the ground just snapped underneath him.
Yep.
The gods said it was time. You're gone.
The even more tragic part about all of that is not even just that it happened right after this movie came out, it's that he despised this movie. Right. So much so
that makes me sad.
there's more to that, but I want to finish the tragicness first. Then we'll come back to.
I hate that he hated it.
There's reasons, though.
I know, but
I know. I'm letting the people know, Bo. I know you know. I'm letting the people know.
For the people.
So yeah, he hated this one so much and had been on record saying things about how much he hated this one. And was known as a depressive type person that naturally there was a little bit of questioning about what really happened.
Like, was he up there to go ahead and just
Harold
and the ground just kind of did it for him?
Harold Ramis himself has like that. Like the exact quote is literally something like he probably died on that cliff while looking for where to jump.
It's so dark. This is such a fun movie, though.
So now, though, since we're done with our writers,
can we cheer this up a little bit, please?
We can at least connect back and leave that part of it, and I'll tell you why he didn't like it, because there is a reason. It's not like the man was just like, this thing that was great for me.
I can't handle this success.
Yeah, it was not one of those type situations.
It does happen.
It does. So his problem was, and as we'll get into more as we're talking, this wasn't his movie. And I don't mean there were other writers, like I've already said. I mean, like, he wrote a movie that was green lit and everybody showed up to set to make the movie that he did write and was green lit. And then once all of the people showed up to set, essentially studio execs and probably Ramis himself, because he was already friends with everybody here, possibly even Doug Kinney himself, because he was best friends with Chevy Chase. So like literally, like he might have been complicit into what did end up happening.
I think he got bullied into it because we know how Chevy Chase is.
We do. And so what happened is this like magic world where, again, we all think of this movie and we think of three people. Who do we think of? Rodney Dangerfield, Bill Murray, and Chevy Chase, right? Originally, bit parts, like walk-in cameos.
Like walk-in joke gone.
Well, you know, like, think about it. You can picture how, like, Dangerfield was essentially supposed to come in and probably do his bit.
Yeah.
Do his bit,
hey,
walk off.
Let me tell you.
Right?
I got no respect. Oh, whoa.
No respect on this golf course.
Last time I saw a mouth like that at a official candidate. Hey.
Yeah. But so you get what I'm saying? Like, that's all these people were supposed to be here for. They were supposed to be like, oh, let's laugh. They got this guy that's from things that we
was
know.
Awesome. I love Rodney Dangerfield. All right, bye.
But then when they all got there, people just liked what was happening. And so, and as we know Harold Ramis likes to do, when he directs, like changes things on the fly.
Change shit on the fly.
And so that's
I can literally hear him just like holding everything up just behind the camera with a notepad. Just like, hold on.
Well, so again, since that's his directing style, where he lets people go on their tangents, it means that the writers get shafted.
Mm-hmm. So what he wrote, like, he maybe got like 10% of out of this movie.
This is why I told you he was the least impactful writer, right? Like, I can't even tell you he wrote specific lines. He might have just been credited because he's the guy who allowed the changes to be made.
Yeah, you can butcher.
Well, because you
can butcher my script. It's okay.
Well, because if you actually, if anytime someone ad-libbed, you gave them writer credit, then this should say Bill Murray. This should say
it should be a lot of Bill
Rodney
Murray.
Dangerfield. Yeah. But so, like, since we know that they can't do that, maybe they just let Ramis get credit for it because he's the director that said, "I'll let these things happen." Yeah,
that makes sense.
Because knowing how Ghostbusters is, knowing how Year One is, knowing how some of the other projects that Ramis wrote are, I don't feel his hand necessarily.
Yeah.
Right? Like, but I do feel the Chevy Chase hand. I do feel the Bill Murray hand.
Yeah.
Certainly feel the Rodney Dangerfield taking over. He eats up every scene
but
he's
he's
in.
Rodney
He is.
Dangerfield. You run that risk when you invite him to anything of him just stealing the entire movie.
So now let's move on to our cast because we've already done 3 of them.
Yep.
I'll go ahead and re-tap them just so that way we
just
can
real quick. Give their character names.
Yes, that's
There you
exactly.
go.
That's what I was. We're linked, sir. So Ty Webb, Chevy Chase. We don't.
Cool name. I like that name.
It is.
Though.
We don't need to say a lot about Chevy Chase because we have covered Chevy Chase. We have covered how we don't like Chevy Chase. We have covered how most people don't like Chevy Chase. We have covered. We get it.
Yeah.
When we're not going to focus on it here.
Go watch the Christmas Vacation episode.
You'll hear plenty of it, right?
Well, you'll hear why we don't like him.
So then our next one, though, Carl Spackler. It's Bill Murray. He is our... So Ty Webb, just so we can also do that, he is our pro golfer. You know, like when you think of a country club and you think like they've got that tennis coach who's a pro.
Yeah,
you know,
like,
he was a pro.
Gone pro, but he like broke his like shoulder went out. Or...
Chevy Chase is that guy, but for golf.
Yeah,
on this country club, right?
He could have went pro, but apparently he chokes when it matters.
Something I don't know,
it's
but
only,
he is really
he's
good.
only really good when he's just fucking around.
Yes. And so Carl Spackler, though, is our groundskeeper. He is groundskeeper Willie.
Yeah. Well, no, they have a groundskeeper, Willie. They have that Scottish dude.
But the person who physically embodies what is groundskeeper Willie is this guy.
He's there for like 2 scenes and he's gone, though. I'm like, oh, I liked the old Scottish groundskeeper.
When you think about him, you focus on the military aspects of the character.
He's got the camo
and the gopher only, but he does cut the flowers. He does, we see him do some of the regular groundskeeper stuff. Yes, well, that wasn't intentional. That was because that dude thought he was a caddy because he was just too in his shit and was like, I want to go now. But yeah, so Spackler was a great character. Definitely Bill Murray taking over and doing what he wanted to do. Because this character was originally, I'd imagine was from Doug Kinney, a mute character.
Yeah, he just the mute dumb groundskeeper.
Yes,
that just
shenanigans
putters around and breaks things.
Well, so now we can also say that next surprise I've been saving. No gopher.
Yeah, I was trying not to say that. I was like, hang on.
No, there wasn't a reason for it. I just forgot to mention it. So yeah, we can go ahead and say it. No gopher. No gopher. Yeah. So originally Bill Murray would have not even been doing all the most
iconic shit from this movie.
Not happening.
It's not happening. Well, what do you have done then?
I don't know, dude.
Right? Like there wouldn't have been any. I'm interested to see the original script. I want to know what the mute groundskeeper actually did.
This is a case of I would love to see the original treatment. To know what was going on here. We have one more, like we said, Rodney Dangerfield, our last of our big characters who weren't even technically really supposed to be here. And he is playing Al Cervic. Cervic? It's weird name.
Cervix.
Cervic. Hey. It's a CZ. But it's not Ch. They don't say Cervic.
No. I don't know. He's a rich land developer.
He's new money.
Builds condos.
He's new money. Let's be very specific. This is a country club full of old money. He's very clearly
just last week I was living out of my closet.
So Rodney Dangerfield, here's a bit of information that I sometimes you guys can already tell. I gush to Bo about some of the stuff I find before we start recording. I didn't tell you this one.
Oh.
This is his first movie ever.
Really?
Never been on camera before. Why it feels
like he's just doing a stand-up routine the whole time?
No. Do you know why it's even more like that? He was so green around the edges that when it came to filming, like his first scene they film with him, when he comes into the country club and he does all his bits there, all of that, they had him ready to start shooting. Harold Ramis yells, "Action." He never came in. So they stop. Harold Ramis goes to talk to him. He's like, "Hey, so just that way the way this works is, like when it's time, I'll say action and then you come out and you perform." And he goes, "So I do my bit?" He goes, "Sure.
Sure. Yeah.
When you hear me say action."
Okay, I got you.
"When you hear me say action, you'll come out, you'll do your bit." And he goes, "Okay, I got it. So then they wait, they reset, and then he goes, "Action." Still nothing. he goes back and he talks to Rodney one more time. He says, so Rodney, I thought we understood each other. I thought you understood. When I say action, you're going to come out and do your bit. And he's like, so yeah, I got it. So I'm going to do my bit. And he's like, okay. Third time, though, that was when Ramus was like, let me try something. I think maybe I understand what the problem is. So they get to the part, everything's ready, it's blocked out, and it's time for Rodney to come in, and he yells, Rodney, do your bit. And Rodney comes out and does it perfectly, literally perfectly. What you see in the fucking movie is what Rodney did after he heard, Rodney, do your bit.
Oh, look at this hat. This is the ugliest hat I've ever seen. Oh, it looks good on you. Ooh.
The soup line, where he's like, that.
Should get a bowl of soup for a hat like this.
Ad-libbed. That one's totally him. That's how perfect that one take was after he got told, do your bit. That's how.
So you just kind of get him to go is the only problem.
But so famously, for the rest of the movie, anytime Rodney was in a scene, they did not yell action.
Rodney,
start of the scene was bit. Rodney, do your bit. Regardless of who else was in the scene, they would yell, Rodney, do your bit. That's how they started scenes with Rodney in it.
Hey, get out of my way. I'm driving this boat now. Oh, oh.
But so when you say you feel like he's just doing his stand-up, it's like later movies, it's just that writers wrote things in the voice of his stand-up, right? Because we all knew him. This one 100% is just like his stand-up because he's so just close.
Ribbing the crowd, basically.
It's so close to when that's all he was doing.
Yeah. Peak Rodney Dangerfield.
It really is.
Fucking love Rodney Dangerfield.
No, this movie's Rodney was so great because he was young enough to do some shit that he didn't do in a couple. Like, even though, like, Back to School is only a couple of years after this one, the limberness at which this Rodney goes out when he yells, "It's dance party time!
Hey, let's dance!" And he pulls like
he starts doing the
badass fucking golf thing ever.
He starts doing the weird
fucking blasted
convulsing
journey,
dude. I love this Rodney.
Right.
It's like if you only know Rodney Dangerfield from like 85 on, then you don't know physical comedy Rodney.
You don't know Rodney before his hips went out.
Right? Because this guy, this is actually one of my notes, and it's one of my things about the rest of the cast. Like I said, these three people weren't even really supposed to be here. So lots of the rest of the cast, they had problems with some of these people for various reasons, and I'll get into those reasons as we talk
it's just
about
showbiz. I don't know what to tell you.
But I'll tell you the person that I think had the biggest problem with Rodney, and it'll be we'll segue down to him, Ted Knight. Because I'm telling you right now, it's almost like Rodney Dangerfield and Ted Knight were fighting for who could be the goofiest, like physical, like face comedian, right? Like the things that they did, the things with their like contortions and how they tried to.
Well,
so yes, Ted Knight. Ted Knight is our bad guy. Do you know this full name?
No, I don't.
So we know he's a judge.
I know it's Smales.
Judge Smales, not Snails.
Smales with an M.
Elihu.
Elihu?
Elihu. This is straight from IMDb. This is straight from.
Is that what his wife kept calling him?
That weird thing that she was saying.
I kept thinking she was going, Elihu.
No,
trying to like hello, get his attention.
That's his name.
What a fucking name. God damn. I'd be an asshole too if my name was Elihu.
So Ted Knight, though, is also another good person to start with because he is, outside of our cameo people here, the biggest actor.
Yeah.
Which means when this movie was booked and written and he got cast, he was told, you're the most important person.
You're the most important motherfucker on set.
Because the other three were cameo bits.
Yeah, they were just going to pop in for a day and then leave, right?
So that's why I feel like he went so over the top.
Is that why every time he says, well, his face does this weird...
More and more. By the end, it's so cartoon.
You're waiting.
Yes. So yeah, Ted Knight, I feel like, was just trying to compete with Rodney Dangerfield.
You can't, though.
You can't.
Good try, though. I mean, he was a wacky asshole through the whole thing. But
and he always has been. I mean, Ted Knight is... veteran actor, like huge actor. Mary Tyler Moore show. The Ted Knight show.
Yeah. Oh shit, he had his own show. I didn't know that one.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and
I was like, I remember Mary Tyler Moore.
And my favorite thing that he did, not because I've even seen a whole lot of it, but when I tell you, you'll know why. He was also a voice on DC's Super Friends.
Oh, nice.
Do you know who he voiced?
Was it Aquaman?
The Flash,
Oh,
buddy.
yeah.
That's why I
damn,
love
I
it.
should have thought because it's you. Fuck,
Yeah.
my bad.
Yeah, he was the voice of the Flash and the narrator for all of
So he's
Super
the-
Friends.
Meanwhile,
Yes.
at the Legion of Doom.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
So you know Ted Knight.
I
You
do.
know that voice.
I use that voice when I want to sound grandiose. I try and rip off Ted Knight, apparently.
Well,
Yeah, well, we're waiting.
but yeah,
I don't
so
have the teeth.
yeah, no, it's all
crisp,
no,
straight white teeth.
it's all in the visual for that
Right.
well. It's not even in the voice, like in the actual sound of it.
Right.
It's in the like seeing.
Right,
it.
you got to see his face.
It's
do
why
it.
it's memeable, like the GIF, because you don't need to hear it. You can
you
see
can see it.
Oh yeah. Well, so yeah, I would say he's our biggest veteran actor. He was supposed to be the top bill.
Yeah,
If we
and
wouldn't
then
have had
and
the
then these
people
assholes showed
infiltrate
up.
into his movie. Now he would have been top bill. He would not have been our main character because our movie still has a main character, which we both disagree with because
He doesn't feel like the main character.
and now we know why.
yeah, because apparently he's part of a different script
There was a script that
where he was the main
that
story.
Doug wrote that where this guy was more important to what we have going on.
Remember the movie's called Caddyshack, right? We
because-
have not talked about any of the caddies.
Well, because they're not really
They're
that
not
important.
really that important.
Much like golfing isn't that important in a movie called Caddyshack.
No, we just want bits of fucking Dangerfield and Bill Murray and Chevy Chase.
and that's basically what it is.
No,
Yeah.
bullshit.
So Danny Noonan is who our main character is. He is played by Michael O'Keefe. Michael O'Keefe. So this is what in my notes I have written down. I say that Smales, Ted Knight. He is our. When the movie came out, he was a veteran actor.
Yeah.
Right. When today speaking to you, O'Keefe is a veteran actor, right? Like he is a guy who has done a ton of TV shows. He's done movies, but he's always
he's
but
been
he's
in plays.
an
he's
acting
an
actor.
actor.
Well, an acting actor. Like,
Yeah.
a working actor.
Working actor.
He's a guy who
yeah, I love those guys. I want to be a working actor.
he did have one big part, and that was he's Fred from Roseanne. He's the one that dated Jackie.
Yeah.
He worked in the factory with her.
He's
like
not the one who hit her, is he?
no, that was George Clooney's character.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. I was like, man, I don't want to not
No.
fucking Fred, you know.
Yeah, that one was George Clooney's character.
Okay,
I do believe
good.
that's when he left the show. I think. Don't quote me on any of this.
It's
been too long.
I was
I've watched
10.
all of Roseanne, but it's been
like
a long
when
time.
it happened, right? Like
Yeah,
we used to
it's
watch
been
it
a
on
long
TV, man. But I was a little kid.
But so yeah, Danny Noonan, big, played by Michael O'Keefe. He's supposed to be the main character,
Yeah, supposed to be.
but definitely not.
No,
Not in what we see. The story we get told here is a lot more vignettes of stories
that are happening
weaved
on the country club.
and like weaved together.
yeah,
And so it feels less like he's a main character
and just part of an ensemble.
just someone who we're finding. He's one of several people we hear about.
TV show. I mean, I'm saying you can do
Yes,
shit like that on a
yes.
TV show.
He'll
He'll have like his own like episode arcs and stuff over the season. It'll be great.
I mean, I'm not here to argue with you. I agree, dude.
I wish I was better at writing. I could actually do these things that I
so
think of.
After him, we have our next biggest character, and so that's Lacey Underall. What a
Wow.
Underall.
I mean, well, she kind of is under everybody.
Another part of the story I don't believe was original.
I don't
believe
either.
was
I feel
added. but
Yeah,
we-
it was
but
just added in.
So she is played by Cindy Morgan, also famous for playing Laura in Tron. Lora. Like she was the girl
It's
in
been
Tron.
so long since I've seen that one. I don't even
She's-
remember a girl
She's
in
the
Tron.
female. She's the one that was she's part of the
She
beginning.
love interest.
Yeah, in the beginning. Yeah.
We need to do Tron.
Well, then we could kick off a whole franchise right there. There's like 3 of them now,
Ooh,
right?
we could
3 or
play
4.
the video game.
I love that. I love that.
I like Tron. Tron Legacy wasn't that bad. Everybody shut up. I don't know what the hell you were wanting.
I've not watched Aries yet.
I haven't either, but I like 30 Seconds to Mars, so.
I'm not a Leto fan for acting, though. Outside of My So-Called Life. Like, go back to his first one.
He was good in Alexander. As, what was his fucking name? Skip it.
Yeah, it's all right. Let's get back here.
We'll save it for my other channel when I go into Alexander.
But so, yeah, she again, this character is here to be like this weird. She is like the hot vixen, right?
Yeah.
So like this movie is on the edge of being like a Porky's. It's not.
Yeah,
but they definitely had that kind of
you
vibe.
Can see that you can see where like the seeds of it are. Like,
and so she is definitely supposed to be. She's that smoke show. She's
the one that because she just stops everybody at the pool. My favorite, the chubby guys just start sucking their guts in like, oh shit,
dude, that one sucks all the way up to where ribs are showing.
Right, I was like,
kudos,
damn, hell
dude.
Yeah, man. I mean, like,
you got some
put a shirt on. Suck it in, no one would notice.
The amount of muscle control it takes to do that, that guy has more muscle than he realizes, right? Like
you got a good base, right?
Yeah,
isn't that
start working on that. You'll be able to hone
weightlifters
that.
say?
Yeah.
Got a good base, man. All you gotta do is like hit the gym and a little protein, you'll be all right.
But so she though is a character. Lacey is a character, and Cindy got lucky. Like most of these people probably lost part of their role.
Yeah.
When these other characters came on, if anything, I think she might have gained some. Because we'll get into it.
I feel like that's to the detriment of the character. Really.
It might be. And so we'll talk some more about that after we get everybody else. Because our next person, he is a character who definitely, I would say, he's the guy who lost the most screen time.
Yeah, you told
from
me
all of this,
and I completely agree.
So Tony D'Annunzio.
Hey, you gotta put Tony D'Annunzio. He's a good Italian boy. His mom makes good spaghetti.
He's played by Scott Colomby, Colomby. I don't know how you would say that.
Sounds Italian.
He dated Cindy, so the one that played Lacey in real life. Yeah,
nice.
He was in Porky's. Mentioning our Porky's connection, but he also just mainly did a lot of TV work, and then he moved to behind the scenes and started doing some behind the scenes work.
I'm upset about this. I liked this character more than anybody. I was like, no, I want more of this guy. He seems cool. If I can walk around smoking cigarettes, don't give a fuck.
I can promise. So think about it like this, right?
His back and forth with Rodney Dangerfield was always good.
So that's what I'm gonna say. Like so. I feel like you can picture what the movie was supposed to be, right? So with our context clues. So we know it's Caddyshack. Yeah. We know that Brian Doyle Murray wrote it on his experience being a caddy. So that should have been more of the movie.
Yeah.
It's not more of the movie. And it's because we added the 3 older people, right? So I think we can naturally assume that means originally the golf match we see in the middle of the movie that's just them, right? Yeah. That was
supposed to be a bigger thing.
Well, that was supposed to be like the big one. Yeah. Think about it. Like it would have been all summer long and it would have ended with
instead
their
of scholarship just being a scene.
And so
it's they use it in this movie to be like, hey, Danny can play golf.
Yes.
Remember that for later.
So I feel like that's what happened here is that poor Scott got shafted.
All of his shit cut.
He was supposed to be the villain.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the antagonist to Danny.
Again, because think about it, like this, it feels like a Porky's movie, like we already said. Because the teenagers would have been more important. He would have been the teen villain in an '80s comedy.
He's the pretty bad boy that gets all the glove. Yeah, he's got the one glove. I mean, come the fuck on.
No, it's 2. It was just for that one scene.
Oh,
he put it on so that way he could go.
I'm a little disappointed we never actually got a fight between these two, and I bet that was in the actual other script. I'm upset about that because they tease it like 3 times, and I'm like, no, I kind of think Danny would whoop your ass.
Yeah, no,
because he's so calm every time it happens. Because Tony's in there, he's being all chirpy and and stuff, and usually those guys don't actually know how to fight. And Danny's just like, okay. Is that what we're doing?
But yeah, so this poor guy, he got
all of his shit cut. I'm upset about it. I liked him.
And I feel sorry for the guy because in real life, I feel like he got slightly shafted because since this movie didn't take off the way he wanted, right at the same time Scott Baio was taking off, and they look
Oh,
exactly
yeah.
alike. Dude, there are, and when I tell you that, Bo, when we're done
I didn't even
recording,
think of it till you
no,
said
when
it.
we're done recording, I'm going to show you some of his IMDb photos, and you're gonna be like,
Holy shit.
is that not Scott Baio?
Oh my god. That poor guy. I feel even worse.
And so, like, it's like since this one didn't take off, Scott Baio got to fill in the vacuum that he would have had.
Like, oh, you look like Chachi.
Right? But it's almost like he missed his opportunity, and Scott Baio filled the hole.
Scott Baio, you bastard. He's just sitting in his house drunk.
Well, it's not even him. I would say it's
Motherfucking
Chevy
Scott
Chase,
Baio.
Bill Murray, and Rodney Dangerfield are the
Yeah,
bastards.
it's their fault.
They're the ones that took his starring role away from him.
Motherfucking Chevy Chase.
So we got one last person that I want to mention. She is not big in the movie, but again, much like I feel like Scott got robbed for being Tony, she got robbed for being more of Maggie. But I still feel like since he was the villain, he probably had more stuff stolen.
Yeah, more stuff.
Right?
She's like just the love
But
interest.
but Maggie, the character, Maggie O'Hooligan.
It's explains the Irish accent she has through the entire fucking movie. Ah, thanks a lot, you fucking
But
bastards.
again, can we deal with the Irish racism? It's not O'Hooligan. It's O'Hooligan.
There's a lot of names like that. Like, what was it? Chevy Chase's roommate was like Mikey Cumstain or something.
The way that Dangerfield was playing Wong.
Yeah. Hey, why are you taking a picture of a parking lot? Come on.
There were some things. But so back
The best one is when he goes into the little store. He's like, "This place is exclusive." I mean, no offense, but I think they'll let you in because he's Asian.
But so yeah, Maggie, before we move away from her, she's played by Sarah Holcomb. This is someone who you might have recognized her, also in Animal House, so again, connection to several people and things that we've already talked about here. That's the only thing you would probably know her from, because of the rampant drug use on both that set and this set caused her to have a breakdown of sorts.
It's of sorts. She disappeared, changed her name, and tried to hide.
She's living in Connecticut under a different name.
Fuck. The cocaine didn't agree with her.
Something.
Sometimes that happens. That means you have to stop doing it.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug. And we'll leave it at that. All right, though. So that's everybody I wanted to talk about. We can just talk about the movie now. I don't know what to say. It's so good. It's just a good movie. We've said a lot of the things I wanted to say already. We've gotten here.
All right,
we've said the things.
We kind of bitched about them cutting the original script and stuff, but it worked.
It does.
It worked. Like, it worked. Ran for some reason, but the original script is probably great, but this is fucking hilarious. Every scene of this movie is a bit. For, like, the very beginning of the movie, like, all the kids that are coming out of Danny's house, there's like 15 fucking siblings.
And so that's the part I'm going to tell you. Like, yeah, this movie, it works, and it's almost amazing that it
right
works.
Like, it should not have, right? Like, these other guys came in and be like, we're just gonna change shit. It should have all fell apart, right? But it's like one of the top 50 classic movies ever, right?
And now that I mentioned earlier the Gopher wasn't supposed to be here, now we can talk about why the Gopher's here, because we're already talking about it. The Gopher only even existed in this movie because of the fact that they had to make so many changes, because they made so many changes on the fly that when it got sent to an editor, the editor couldn't make it make sense
without being a 2.5 hour movie.
Well, no, the first guy did that, but even the second guy was able to make it an hour and a half, but he couldn't make it make sense. Coherent.
It's like, look, it just flashes from scene to scene and with no context.
Like we said, from bit to bit.
Yeah,
because it's all just bits.
It's all just bits. So you need something to tie all the bits together.
The Gopher just became the thing that it is our. Yes, the country club itself ties it all together, but the Gopher is the thing that fills in those scenes so that way you don't feel like it's a disjointed. Hey, we were here. Now we're on the other side of the course with different people,
right? And people are acting different now. It's like, why are you just being like a cool stoner chick all of a sudden? The other day you were like sophisticated, sexy savant lady.
Dude, the movie is full of this stuff. that again.
Like, it depends on the day. It's like what character you are.
Well, and again, before I knew that it was changed on the fly, I never. I mean, I knew that they were always things that bothered me.
Yeah.
With like how disjointed everything felt, but I never knew there was a reason.
And now you're like, I get it. I'm super happy for the Gopher scenes to
be
thread
here.
this weird ass needle.
And I'm glad that it did pull together in at least somewhat of a way that it became a classic. It pulled together well.
I think if it hadn't have been Bill Murray and the Gopher, nobody would give a fuck about this movie.
I don't know.
It'd be like one of those like, hey, if you really like Rodney Dangerfield, like check this out. Like Ladybugs.
Look, I don't even know if I'd go that far, but I definitely would go so far to say that Michael O'Keefe as Danny was not a draw.
No.
Like, he's, again, even though the original story, he was our main character, they left the vibe of
main character.
He's main character.
Yeah.
Even though screen time wise, he's not more important than anybody else.
But he gets like the beginning and end of the movie, so you're like, is he supposed to be the main character?
I feel like that character is lost in everything the way the new story got told, right? Like, because there's no coherent anything going on with him.
No,
and
he
it's
just
the
bounces
kind of thing
from
that
one thing to the next.
You don't think about until you're maybe most people will never think about unless they're hearing us say this to them, or they decide to have their own
We've
podcast.
ruined the movie for them now.
But when you go in to watch it to actually like think about how a movie works, like the way we do for this, like, I don't know if his character works really.
No,
because like each piece of the story that we see about him is so disconnected from the others,
right?
Like, they make it seem like the main plot line should be him getting the scholarship, but he technically gets the scholarship halfway through the movie,
right? Because he wins the caddy fucking tournament thing.
But then they wanted us to see him grow as a person. But again, what we know would been the original story, he would have grown as a person by the time that
tournament happened.
Not after.
Hell, not 30 minutes into the fucking movie.
Not even that. It's an hour and 20 minutes into the movie before that happens. 30 minutes after the point he gets the thing. But even past that, it's the fact that when he finally does have his realization to change, it's literally the last two holes of someone else's tournament.
Rodney broke his arm. Oh, hey.
Dude. Again, it's like
he grew a fucking spine because Rodney Dangerfield looked at him and was like, hey, if you win, I'll make it worth your while.
Well, and that's end story. Like looking at it from how they wrote it, it's literally like it's like Ramis or Kenny or somebody involved was like, look, he was supposed to be the main character. Can he at least be the one who ties it all up?
Can we just end it with him and he's the hero?
Because we easily could
we kind of cut him out of the movie entirely.
We easily could have ended the movie without cutting back to his story. Because like we said, he's not the main character. You just still feel the vibes from where the original story had him as the main character.
It's because you start him off in the beginning of the movie with him, and we follow him on his bike and with his family, and he's like, oh, he's got to go to college and shit. And it's like in the first 5 minutes of the movie, he feels like he's supposed to be the guy we follow through the entire movie. But then it very quickly derails.
It only feels that way because it starts on him. The second we get to at any time we're on the course,
at the club,
he is not important.
Not important. He ceases to be an important character.
It's only in scenes when he's not on the course that he goes back to feeling like the main character. So like when he goes to the yacht club, he feels like the main character.
When he's in Judge's house,
he feels like the main character.
The pool kind of gives the main character a bit because it's him and Tony and the hot chick, and
the pool, competition. The pool scene gets overridden by the Baby Ruth.
Yeah, I forgot about the Baby Ruth.
The Baby Ruth is the star of the pool scene.
Duty!
Because if nothing else, even if you've never seen this movie and you didn't know you knew things from this movie, you'll see that scene and be like, oh, I do know that.
Yeah.
I know that.
Somebody in your life has
talked about doing it.
But
joked about doing it. Done it for real.
We should throw a fucking Baby Ruth in the pool. Why? Because it looks like poop. This is why. But if you watch the movie, if you pay
No,
attention,
the Baby Ruth that came out of the wrapper looked like a candy bar. The thing in the pool was not a Baby Ruth.
HD doesn't help anything because you can see where like the paint's coming off.
You
and
see
you
it
can
because you
see
see
the
the real
styrofoam
Baby
underneath.
because you see the real Baby Ruth hit water. Like
Yeah.
they went that far
and through it. But the one floating,
And so
it's
you
got
see
like 2 peanuts on it.
and you see square shape for real Baby Ruth in solid cylinder
Right.
for poop.
And little white spotches because the paint's coming off.
Now here's the part that I'm going to tell you is, yes, I agree. It's styrofoam, some kind of thing when it's
so it would float.
What did Bill Murray eat? Because it was also a cylinder, like whatever floated, but it was not styrofoam, but it was not a Baby Ruth.
They made him like a little chocolate roll.
But you know what I mean? Like, why go
Or
through?
did Baby Ruths look different in
No, there's no way.
1980? Like,
Or
where they
do
were more round?
waterlogged Baby Ruths
There you go.
look
It
different?
Was,
They actually left
that
it in some
explains
water.
his face when he eats it because it tastes like chlorine. He thought it was just going to be fine. He's just like,
Problem solved. Never mind. I don't have a problem with that scene anymore. We're good. I like our thoughts on this way better.
Canon.
It is 100%. Dude. Oh my god, that's so good. Yeah. So again, this is just a movie that is a ton of fun. But again, when you do research, when you
look into it,
out,
you're like, this shouldn't have worked.
On paper, the original should have worked.
Right.
The fact that you had some of the people who made changes should work. The fact that so many changes got made should have made it not work.
Right.
It
should have been like just the entire production should have fell apart.
Look, no, here
because
I got
so many people had like too many cooks in the kitchen.
No, listen,
right?
Bo, I got this for us. We just talked. We did the beaver a few weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And we said with the beaver, the sum of the parts were not even equal to the whole it should have equal.
Yeah, right.
Not greater than.
I kind of didn't want to ever think of that movie.
I know,
again, but
I know, but listen. But so this one though is the opposite. This is the one where it's like the sum of the parts that should not have been great equaled greatness.
right.
We should have gotten this piece of the puzzle plus this piece of the puzzle plus this change minus the things that we had to take out times the people who weren't supposed to be
and
here.
it's just an incoherent mess, and it shouldn't have fucking worked, right?
But no, we get an American classic.
The luckiest movie ever made.
That's what I was gonna say.
The title. Right
That's
there.
what we got here, dude. Like that's where we came from.
There were so many things that should have not worked, but they did.
So many times where they thought they were making the right choices and it should have gone wrong, but
Yeah.
somehow still worked out in their favor, right?
Yes.
Like deciding to take a storyline and literally rip it to pieces. Like that story is
like
not the story.
while shooting.
No,
Yeah, while shooting.
'Cause
Not
like I
even
said-
like before they
no,
started.
like I said,
Like this
Ted
wasn't
Knight
like in the writing room.
Ted Knight showed up to set thinking he was way more important to this
than
movie
he
than
was.
he is.
Not that I don't like Lou, but he's only got like 4 scenes. And they don't even explain him being the referee
No,
for
that's
the things. He's like, I
no,
thought he
that's
just.
not Ted Knight. That's Brian Doyle Murray.
Oh, my bad. God damn it.
Brian Doyle Murray was always supposed to be those because he was the guy who wrote it. You drank too much. I get you.
My bad.
Ted-
I
Ted
was
Knight's the
focused
judge.
on Lou.
Yeah. Elihu,
Elihu.
not Lou.
Not Lou. We
Elihu.
need some Elihu.
But yeah, Ted Knight thought he was going to be the big
bad guy.
and he's not the big bad guy. He's not the big bad guy. They split it.
He's an inconvenient dick.
Actually, no. Think about it. Me and you had already come to the conclusion Vinny should have been the big
Yeah, he
bad
really
guy.
should have been.
Wait, so if Vinny was the big bad guy originally, what was Ted Knight and the
What was
judge's
he supposed
original
to
role?
be?
Just a foil on the girl. Just a foil because she was
yeah.
still supposed to be his niece.
Yeah, that's right.
That's got to be it.
He
right?
he was the cock block between the two.
Both of them, exactly.
Yeah, both of them.
He was there to be a foil to both Danny and
Tony.
Yeah.
There we go. We figured
boom.
it out.
We got
smart.
there. Well, because that's the thing. Like, that's what I felt like half of the movie. And I know you didn't have this take,
Yeah.
but I want you to watch it one more time, and you'll feel how I felt the last watch through, which was like I watched it 2 or 3 times just to watch it. Then I did my research. I watched it one more time. dude, like watching it and trying to figure out where the story beats would have originally
been. You're trying
Who
to
was
fill
supposed
in
to
those
do
blanks.
what,
Yeah.
and what was supposed to be going on.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch it again and try and reverse engineer the script, I guess.
Dude, that's what I did. Now, on that, I will say, because this is a great transition for the end here, it is not the thing. Because I know before I have been like,
it has been. It sounded like your thing.
I know, but it's not. But it has been before. Like this whole like we got to change things and trying to figure it out. But that being said, I actually kind of enjoyed that. You know, like the thing is usually the thing that like takes me out of it. It didn't really take me out of it. I kind of enjoyed being like, where would they have done this? What would have happened?
It makes it like
how would it have gone?
A fun logic.
It added
puzzle,
like
right?
an extra layer to the watch.
More reasons to rewatch the movie.
To take a classic that I had felt like I've seen enough times to never watch
know
again.
Anything about
to now be like, I have a brand new reason to keep watching this classic. Right
now, I gotta analyze every scene and try and figure out what the original thought was,
or what
like
drastically
whose
different
motivation was what,
or what drastically different thing was happening in that scene to make it be like that. But yeah, that is not the thing. So, please on that.
You're begging. I'm gonna make him wait. Make him wait.
You want me to ask you? I'll ask you first. I'll wait that long if we need to.
Chill. Hold on. Wait. We gotta. I'm feeling for it. I gotta. No. Shane. What is the thing?
The thing actually goes back to Lacey.
Yeah, okay.
And of all the things,
haven't talked about her much.
Well, we did, and we said some of the stuff, and we got close to saying the things that is the thing, and it's. But I made sure to not. I kept some of it. I knew. I wanted to keep it separate.
Hiding your cards close to the chest.
And so she was this character who, she's the one I have the hardest time trying to figure out what the original intention was, right? Because she obviously was supposed to be between our two heroes.
Yeah, Danny and Tony.
Or not heroes, but between our two top characters. Between Danny and Tony.
Yeah.
Clearly. But Maggie was always part of the story. So I don't know if am I supposed to feel for the fact that Danny wanted to try to get this girl, like that she was the prize?
And his girlfriend is like right there.
Like at a certain point I had to question that. But then when I was doing the research and I found out more about like what happened with her, because again, what we see in this final version, definitely not what was
written in the original script. Yeah.
But so then you start to look at, so they had to make changes. Most of these characters fit the changes they had to make. Her character doesn't fit at all in the final movie. Because she is a character who is
kind of thrown in to be the sex symbol, right?
She's a sex symbol, but we never get a clear identification of how old she is, right? Danny is a high school student.
Right? Like he's 18, about to go to college, right?
So she's an acceptable age that everybody felt like Danny and Tony should go for. But she's also supposed to be old enough we don't feel like it's dirty that Chevy is going for her.
Right, because he's obviously like 30.
But then we also have to address the fact that it's not even just that Chevy went for her. She was actively going for
chasing
Chevy.
Him down.
At the same time, she was actively chasing after Danny. And female power. I'm not saying she's dirty for going after two guys.
Her look bad for just like the way she comes across in the movie. She's just like, I'm just kind of a slut that's trying to get laid at any point.
Well, it's not even that. I don't even, like I said, I'm not slut shaming. I don't care about that. My point is just, it doesn't feel like it makes sense.
No, it doesn't.
When you see her flirt with Danny in the first couple of scenes, and you're like, that makes sense. Then out of nowhere,
all about Chevy Chase,
and we see like sandwich in the middle of the movie, tons of scenes of her with Chevy,
and then she goes back to flirting with Danny,
and the scenes with him,
and then back to flirting with Chevy at the end when he's like doing bad at golf, and she's just like kind of encouraging him and shit. It's like, well, bitch, why do you give a fuck? You slept with him last time.
Well, so this is my thing. Like, that's it. When I've looked up and found out more about this, I found out that the studio wanted her to do a topless scene, and so that's why that weirdness came about, like her in the sexual scene needing to show her top.
Is that why her nipples just show through that shirt when she first shows up?
It's because the studio pushed it, not because it was even written that way.
Of course.
But then, like, the Chevy part, like we said, like, we know him.
Yeah, I was just like, now it makes sense because he's an asshole.
And we know the things that he's famous for. And then we know that he came on to the movie. And then she magically had to do some shit with him.
Oh, so you think he was just like, I'll stay if I get to,
I feel
rub
like
up on this hot chick.
I feel like there's not a world in the stories I've heard about Chevy Chase I can believe that he didn't come on set and think, I need to be the sexual.
Fuck this kid. I'm the important one.
Yes.
He can't be second place to anybody.
That's what I would tell you.
Yeah, that sounds like him.
That sounds like the Chevy Chase we've heard so much
we
about.
all know and begrudgingly still tolerate.
That in the 80s and 90s pretended like we loved because it was still accepted, but all of us still thought was weird.
Right. It was like, well, he's funny. Like, we gave him a pass back then.
And so, like, looking at this movie through the lens of, like, what we now modern day know about Chevy Chase, knowing that they had to change the story, knowing that her character most likely originally had nothing to do with an older man
guy.
character.
It was all Danny and Tony, age appropriate characters.
I 100% feel like Chevy Chase and the studios pushed for the character changes that we see that make her character feel a lot more not
slutty than she should have been.
And not even just that, just like she doesn't make sense. Like the motivations behind her choices are so incoherent with how most people might make them.
I'm good, because it's like depending on who she's interacting with, depends on how old she acts. Like when she's with Danny and them, she acts like she's a teenager, and then when she's with Chevy Chase, she acts like she's like a sophisticated 30-year-old.
Well, and the movie even ends with dilettante. Like, who are we supposed to think was still trying to impress her? The movie ends with like, was it supposed to be Chevy that was impressing her during the last golf game? Was it supposed to be Danny? Who was impressing her?
I don't know, because the movie just ends with Rodney Dangerfield going, "Hey, we're all going to get laid." And so then they hit the music, and the Gopher starts dancing because he survived the explosion.
Well, and again, like we already said, like, poor Maggie got written out of it.
Yeah.
So we didn't even talk about the fact that part of her story was she got knocked up.
And then just like not even 5 minutes later, nope, never mind, I'm fine. I'm going to dance through the fucking sand.
And that nobody cared about the cheating. Nobody cared about the anything. We don't even talk about it.
We don't even talk about it. I don't even think Danny admits that he banged
because he told the judge, I didn't tell anybody.
I didn't tell nobody nothing. Not even my now pregnant supposedly girlfriend.
So even like the premise of like the end being a thing where it was like maybe they wrote it that way to be like, oh, this causes a problem with Ty and Danny.
Yeah.
Isn't there because Danny doesn't know that Ty slept with her and Ty doesn't know that Danny slept with her.
The only thing Ty's upset about is at the end when they switch and he's like, I'm not your caddy anymore. And he's like, the fuck, bro?
Yeah, no, that's the only thing that happens in the end is that moment of looking at him like, dude.
And the other guy's like, don't smile at me too much.
But in all fairness, like, what do you do in that situation? Because the whole movie we saw, he is a caddy to two specific people, the judge and Chevy. So if the two are fighting against each other.
And I'm still supposedly trying to get that scholarship at this point.
Yeah, because it's not until the last two holes.
The last, like, 2 holes where he's like, I guess I don't want the scholarship, you fuck.
Like I said, it felt shoehorned in.
Yeah.
The problems with her, I don't know. I feel like all of these kind of come from that same thing with her, right? Like, I feel like several issues could have been solved if Chevy Chase and the studio didn't try to get involved and be pervy.
Yeah. I'm gonna see her tits.
It still would have been weird. It still would have been...
This movie's missing. The only thing he's missing is tits.
Like, it still would have been a disjointed story.
Yeah.
But I feel like not as disjointed if those if the perviness wasn't there,
Right.
we might have still gotten a more coherent story. They might not have had to edited the Gopher in as many times.
As many times to cover up the fact that, the studio and Chevy Chase want to bang an 18-year-old.
All right. That's mine. Bo, what's your thing?
I don't like Danny. I just don't. I
agree. That's
no,
why
I feel like I know why now, but like when I was just watching this, I was like, is he supposed to be like, I don't give a fuck. Every time we cut back to like scenes with Danny, I'm like, I don't care. Cut back to Rodney Dangerfield. I want to know what he's doing.
Well, here's why. I don't even know if that's
it's kind of like, no, bored now.
I know you were like, I maybe know why I don't like. I don't know if that's true because again, like I just said,
you don't
to you
feel like
Matt,
the original script would have made me like him anymore.
I feel like no matter what, Maggie got knocked up, and he was trying to get with
Lacey. So he's a douchebag no matter what.
Yeah, no matter what. But it's one of those things where it's like you got the 80s lens.
80s morality. Like,
I
know I was trying to bang this chick, but
I'm
since I
staying
knocked
with you.
Yeah, since I knocked you up, I guess I'll stay with you. That takes for nothing, you fucking bastard.
But so yeah, and so originally
that scene makes way more sense now.
So there was just I don't know. I agree with you that he is not likable.
I like Michael O'Keefe, just I hate him in this movie. He is not he's not an interesting, endearing, likable, or interesting character. He's just kind of fucking here. And I feel like every time we cut back to a scene with Danny and his bullshit, it kind of derails the movie.
I'll agree with that. I will agree with that.
So sorry, Michael. I don't know what happened. Just you're the worst part of this movie.
I'm sure the movie did great for you.
I'd rather have followed the beeper doctor around more. I would have liked to have learned more about him than
I would have liked
bullshit.
to have just seen more shots of the beeper because I did not understand anything about this prehistoric beeper that this man had.
Beeper, right? Looked like something from Star Trek, the original series, right? It's all silver and it's like this fucking long. And apparently he's strong enough to electrocute you.
Yeah, like I said, I would like to learn more about the beeper. All right.
Right, yeah.
All right, guys. I think we're done. We had fun. This is a great movie. Go see it.
Go
watch it. If you've not seen it, again, I feel like weird saying go see it.
I mean, kids are born every day. They have to learn the rights of nerddom.
Yeah. If you have not seen it, please go see it.
You 12-year-olds out there that are listening to me, stop that, first of all, and then go watch this movie.
All right. Yeah, this was a great time, and certainly some of the great time we had right now.
Yeah.
Is thanks to Moeller Brew Barn and their delicious Gopher Golfin.
Nice. Same time.
Yeah, guys, way to go. You knocked another one out of the park. This was delicious. It's certainly, I know we even made the joke at the beginning that it was sessionable.
Yeah, but it really is.
We're at the end now and we have finished it. And I will 100% say,
I can drink like 3-4 more of these.
It's delicious. It's not so strong. You can't have a ton.
Right.
If you want if
this is the beer you take golfing with you.
Well, if normally you're drinking like a Budweiser, but we all know you get 3-4 into those, that the aftertaste really starts to get to you.
Yeah.
You're almost like it's acrid at a certain point.
The only way to drink Budweiser is to keep drinking it till you're so drunk you can't taste it.
This is the kind of thing that you can sit, you can have a big, you
can
have like a drink. Like you said, on the golf course, you have a drink, sit the can down, walk away, hit your ball, come back, take a sip.
Ooh, get you one of those ice fucking cozy things that you freeze and stuff. Keep it nice and cold.
Are you trying to turn us into golf people right now?
Dude, driving range. I'm so here for it. Remember Uncle Ron used to take us? I don't really want to play actual golf, but let's go hit some balls, dude.
This was good, and this is 100%. Like, if this is the kind of thing, if you see this on a course, get yourself some.
Get some, yeah.
They know what they're talking about.
Grab a 6-pack and go fishing and do anything.
Yeah, it's good. It's the right amount. You're gonna
throw it in a backpack and go hiking.
You're gonna feel good without being so inebriated. You can't do anything. Yeah, exactly. It's the perfect balance there, guys. Like, love this,
and it's got flavor, unlike a lot of your lower APV beers.
So yeah, way to go.
That right?
Yes,
yeah, I did. Yeah, APV, nice. Hey,
all right, Bo.
Right.
What are we going to drink next week?
What are we doing next week? Well, next week, we're coming up on America's, anniversary, 250. So we got some Narragansett American lager, and it's got a big American flag and the Liberty Bell, and it's just so goddamn America.
So we're doing a patriotic movie.
Yeah, most patriotic movie I can goddamn think of.
Well, I don't know about all that, but yeah, we are doing what we felt was appropriate. So we're at 250. The movie that we're doing covered the summer
Of 76.
So 200 years. We're doing Dazed and Confused.
Motherfucking Dazed and Confused. But how is that not patriotic? First of all, that's my.
They
I'm
they paint the Kiss statue.
Yeah, right. Like, it's totally fucking. It's a real patriot. Matthew McConaughey.
The teacher gives the speech about Benjamin Franklin and the founding fathers in the first couple of minutes of the movie.
Yeah, and the whole movie's about like freedom and doing partying and getting drunk and getting in
summer
fights.
of 76. You can't get more.
Who hasn't been at a party under a radio
this is a
tower?
beer that's about 250 and that's a movie about 200, you get it.
Yeah,
it's all close enough.
We're gonna ignore that we've had this on the show before. Go watch Jaws episode.
No, that's just regular Narragansett. That's not
special.
Yeah,
it's the difference. It's
Well-
got a fancy can.
well, I do believe it's literally different. Like I think it's a different lager. I don't think it's the same one.
Really, I thought they just did a fancy can. Well,
No,
even
I do
better.
believe it's completely.
Even better then.
And if I'm wrong,
who cares?
this may not be heard by anybody.
Leave it. No one cares. They're excited. We're gonna watch Dazed and Confused.
That's what matters.
That's what fucking matters.
All right.
All right.
Before we wrap it all up, Bo, anything you want to tell the people?
Go watch my other channel, Kentucky Fried Chronology. Me and my friend Chuck, we drink, we talk about history. It's kind of like that show, Drunk History,
But a little bit different.
but a little bit different. Not near the production value, but still, go check us out on that one. Like, subscribe to this one, and my cup's empty and I'm sad. Do we have any more of this beer? Oh, sad Gopher.